Seaweed mining, the green gold beneath the waves. Along the rugged coastlines of Scotland and Ireland, where Atlantic waves crash against dark cliffs, a quiet industry is emerging from beneath the tide. It does not involve oil rigs or deep-sea drilling platforms, but something far greener and, perhaps, far more sustainable. Seaweed mining, more accurately described as large-scale seaweed harvesting and cultivation, is rapidly gaining attention as one of the most promising marine industries of the 21st century. Seaweed, particularly large brown varieties such as kelp, has been used for centuries. In coastal communities across Britain, it once served as fertilizer, animal feed, and even a source of soda ash for glass production. Today, however, scientists and entrepreneurs are looking at seaweed in a new light. They see it as a renewable resource capable of transforming industries ranging from food and cosmetics to biofuels and biodegradable plastics. Unlike land-based agriculture, seaweed farming does not require soil, fresh water, or chemical fertilizers. It grows in the ocean, powered by sunlight and nourished by dissolved nutrients. In an era of climate change and environmental degradation, this is no small advantage. Seaweed absorbs carbon dioxide and can help reduce ocean acidification. Vast underwater forests of kelp also provide habitat for fish and other marine species, supporting biodiversity rather than depleting it. The United Kingdom has become a focal point in this developing sector. Organizations such as Scottish Association for Marine Science are studying how seaweed cultivation can contribute to carbon capture and coastal resilience. Meanwhile, innovative companies like Oceanium are developing seaweed-based materials to replace single-use plastics and reduce dependence on fossil fuels. Globally, the industry is expanding at remarkable speed. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, millions of tons of seaweed are already farmed each year, particularly in East Asia. Countries such as China and Indonesia dominate production, supplying seaweed for food products, pharmaceuticals, and industrial additives. Europe, by contrast, is only beginning to explore its potential. Yet the phrase seaweed mining can be misleading. Unlike mining for minerals, which often leaves lasting environmental scars, responsible seaweed harvesting aims to work with natural ecosystems. Sustainable practices involve rotating harvest areas, limiting extraction levels, and cultivating seaweed on suspended ropes rather than stripping wild stocks. Nevertheless, concerns remain. If poorly regulated, large-scale harvesting could damage fragile marine habitats or disrupt local fisheries. There are also economic and social questions to consider. Coastal communities that once relied on declining fishing industries are now exploring seaweed farming as a source of income. In parts of Wales and Scotland, small startups are partnering with chefs and cosmetic brands to create premium seaweed products. The appeal lies not only in profitability but in the promise of a circular, low-impact economy rooted in local waters. Beyond food and packaging, researchers are investigating seaweed's potential in biofuel production. Certain species grow rapidly and can be converted into bioethanol or biogas. Although the technology is still developing, proponents argue that marine biomass could supplement renewable energy sources without competing with food crops for land. Critics, however, caution that scaling up production may prove expensive and technically challenging. Environmentalists are cautiously optimistic. Large kelp forests naturally act as carbon sinks, and expanding cultivation could enhance this effect. Some scientists even propose that offshore seaweed farms might contribute to long-term carbon sequestration if harvested biomass is processed or stored appropriately. While such ideas remain under study, they highlight the broader significance of marine ecosystems in global climate strategies. What makes seaweed mining particularly fascinating is its blend of ancient practice and modern innovation. Coastal communities have gathered seaweed for generations, yet only now are we beginning to understand its full biochemical potential. It contains compounds used in medicines, stabilizers in ice cream, and nutrients valued in plant-based diets. In laboratories across Britain and Europe, researchers are isolating these compounds to develop new materials and health products. The future of seaweed mining will depend on careful governance, scientific research, and public perception. If managed responsibly, it may represent a rare industrial activity that restores rather than depletes natural systems. If mismanaged, It could repeat the mistakes of other extractive industries. Standing on a windswept British shore, watching ribbons of kelp rise and fall with the tide, it is difficult to imagine that this humble marine plant could shape the future of sustainable industry. Yet beneath the surface lies a resource of extraordinary promise, green gold swaying silently in the currents, waiting to redefine humanity's relationship with the sea.